Hello, Virgo. We are here with your reading for August. I hope that everybody's doing well. Before we get started with the reading, let's set the intention for this to be a space where everyone allows themselves to feel seen and validated, and ultimately for this to be a safe space and a healing space in alignment with everyone's highest good. I'm seeing something or somebody that you are close with or close to, and I'm seeing you hold this very, very tightly. There can be, I see the Four of Pentacles as being something generally that we can like fear losing, and so that's why we hold it so closely to us. It's like a connection that you have to something or someone. But I do see this as being, like, there can sometimes be fear involved of, like, I don't want to lose this thing, or I'm realizing that this is very precious to me. You know, it's not something that I want to let go of, or just having, like, even a meaningful moment here with someone or something, or, like, the closeness that you have, not wanting to lose that. But also Four of Pentacles, too, can be kind of squeezing something a bit tightly at times. So that's also something to be mindful of as well. All right. Eight of Wands. You're moving. Getting a move on with things. I'm seeing a whole lot of progress that you've made in a very short period of time. I'm hearing this is unheard of. Yeah, I'm seeing something really progresses quickly here. This isn't going to be for many of you, but for some of you, I'm seeing like somewhere that you're actually moving. Like you may physically be like moving somewhere that's like quite a distance from where you are now, or you're traveling somewhere. Like some of you may be planning to travel, but from like an internal standpoint, what I'm seeing is that internally, maybe even something as far as like your motivation and what's been inspiring you, I'm seeing a lot of personal progress here that you've been making. So you could feel like at this time a lot has been happening very, very quickly. I'm even seeing something that's been built up very quickly, like something has sort of come together. It feels like metaphorically, it feels like you thought maybe it would take 10 months to like build this building, and it takes 10 days actually. Like something that normally takes a long time, I'm seeing it all just come together very quickly, Virgo. Something here about like balancing something out in a necessary way. This feels like a mentality, or even where you've been as far as what you've been thinking about. It also feels like a moment where maybe you've sort of like given up needing to be always maybe right. Not that you're not, but maybe you felt like a situation didn't call for that. Because maybe you were right in a situation and you felt that maybe it was like lacking empathy to be standing in that for some reason. I'm seeing like a softening here of I have my way of doing things, but there's almost something that looks like it's been corrected now within you. And you may have been like right doing things how you were doing them before, but I'm seeing something that looks like a correction that's associated with your interpersonal relationships. So you could have seen yourself and been like, I feel like I'm coming off cold, or like coming off like I'm not understanding. Even if you like were understanding another person, maybe there was just something here that needed to be like softened, is what I'm getting. Because this can even be like criticisms that you've had towards yourself, and that you could have even been sort of focusing on other people. But I'm seeing something being like corrected or softened here. And I'm seeing also this like feeling of cups coming through with the Page of Cups on the bottom of the deck. So this is kind of like incorporating more than just your mental attitude into situations, especially your interpersonal relationships with Libra here. because Libra, the Justice card is going to represent your connections with other people and how you're interacting with other people. And you could have seen something. I don't know if you saw somebody else being like a type of way and you were like, I never want to look like that, and so I need to take care of something now. Or you just saw like a reflection of your own behavior and you were like, I don't want to be coming across like that, and so I'm going to do something about it here. But I'm seeing something change, and I'm seeing it definitely be for the better, for sure. Like you could have realized that maybe you were like hardened off a bit, because I see Five of Swords as being the ways that we kind of are like protective of ourselves to the point where we can sometimes not be so compassionate with other people. And so whether you saw somebody else behaving in this way and you were like, I want to make sure I'm not doing that, or you saw your own behavior and you were like, wow, I think that I could be more compassionate here, regardless of what happened, because it really doesn't matter what the catalyst for this is. What matters is that something has now been corrected and something has now been changed, and it's going to allow for a lot more ease within your interpersonal relationships now. So this is definitely like personal progress for sure that you've made. I'm seeing this be a big accomplishment. So that's all that's meant to be taken away from this, is that you've made big personal progress here. I'm seeing Saturn and I'm seeing Libra. This can also be you learning how to work with difficult or challenging energies as well. It feeling like a better, even intuitive understanding of the roles that you want to be playing too, and what that looks like for you when you step into them. I'm seeing also something that you're feeling out here intuitively, a role that you're playing that you're feeling out intuitively. Yeah, I'm definitely seeing some attitude that you saw as being I'm hearing unhealthy, but also unhelpful. This can also be staying stubbornly in something too. You know, that's not to say that something that went down was justified, but you could have stayed like angry in that justification, or you could have been like, okay, we're gonna like keep moving with this or move on. Something of that nature could have happened as well. Where you could have even held something against another person, but I'm seeing you be like, for why? Like, why actually would I do that? Because I feel like, you know, you can find yourself in a standstill with somebody and be like, I'm not going to budge because this is just how I feel and this is what I think, you know, and then you're like lacking that connection emotionally. So you may have sort of allowed yourself to continue to move rather than saying hold up wherever that was, because you knew that like it wasn't going to be what you needed it to be. Like that wasn't going to get you to a connection. Okay, there's an opportunity here. This could have also been an environment that you were in where you felt like it was not receptive to you, that you felt it was time to sort of like continue moving on from. Though this situation could have been something that you like stayed mad about, because you may have felt like there was some sort of injustice. But I'm seeing you be like, I don't have time for that. I'm seeing you just continue here. And I'm seeing that you're walking towards an opportunity, and it's actually, there's actually an opportunity to be working with other people, I'm seeing. This is something that you want. This is something that you at least think that you want. These are definitely stepping stones here. But you had to leave whatever situation you were in before that just felt, it feels very just energetically like something sharp and pointy. I don't know how else to describe it. It's like something that would have been uncomfortable. It's like clothing that's just rubbing you the wrong way. That's what that situation felt like. So I'm seeing you be like, I don't have to wear that outfit anymore. I can keep moving. Like for some of you, this can even be like a job or something where like you had to put on a particular like uniform, something like that. And job meaning like any type of role that you could have been playing, whatever situation that was. I'm seeing you sort of have continued at this point moving on, and because of this moving on energy, I'm seeing that it has allowed a door to open for you, and you are going to be connecting with other people. So there's a door that's opening, and when you walk through the door, there are other people there that you're going to be working with, but you had to move on from whatever situation this was before, the one that was like sharp and pointy. But if you would have stayed in that, you know what it reminds me of? You know the movie Matilda, how like when the kids are bad, they get put in the chokey and they're like in there and they can't really move around, and it's very uncomfortable and restrictive, and it's like their time out. It felt like you were in some sort of environment that could have really felt like that for you, and you were like realized that you were the one keeping yourself in there and that you were allowed to sort of walk out of it, but you kind of needed to let something go in order to, I'm hearing, eliminate that, maybe to clear out that energy, and you keep moving. And because you're like, okay, like I don't need to deal with I don't need to play in that anymore, I don't need to deal with that, I'm seeing you walked away, and it's opening something up where you're actually getting to work with people and connect with people and learn from them and speak with them in a way that you want to. It's something that feels, it feels much more collaborative. Like, I'm seeing people actually working together, trying to figure things out, you know? That, like, there's a sense of goodwill that maybe you felt wasn't so much a part of whatever was going on before. And that could have been triggering something within you. Because, you know, sometimes you get in a situation that really, what it really taps into our ethics and our righteousness, and you could be like, I don't want to be in an environment where that it's triggering that anymore, because maybe you didn't like what that was bringing out within you. So also, like, moving away from that, you just felt like if you were in that sort of environment, you would have had to be fighting, and I'm seeing you just like not want to be in that energy anymore. You want to go into a space where it's like the collab is much easier, and that's what I'm seeing you doing here. Yes, this is something that you want. Yes. You still want to ease into this, though? Just give it the time that it needs. Like, something is still going to need patience to grow and be built. Yeah, whatever that thing was that you were in before, I'm seeing you completed that cycle, so you don't need to repeat that again. You don't have to go back into that environment. I kind of see different areas of our lives be like different rooms of a house, and so like that room, you've basically just accomplished it and you don't need to revisit or go back in there. And like each room has a different theme. You don't have to go back into that one. With the world here, it means you've accomplished something that you needed to accomplish. Okay. The strength to go after what you want. This also feels like doing things for you. Unapologetically. There may be something that you want that you're gonna have to defend or stand up for, but if it's something that you want, your guides are encouraging you to just like go after it and do that. This feels like a time of really putting you first. And like go towards where you feel like you're gonna find what you're looking for, on a level of fulfillment and connection, and to be taking opportunities to work with and connect with the people that you want to be working with and connecting with. Doesn't just have to be with like actual work. It can be like all throughout your life, you know? And yeah, I'm seeing like, it feels kind of like an opportunity that a door has opened and you're like, wow, that looks really good and I want to go for that opportunity. And like I like all the people that are in that room, you know, and if I could just walk through it, I'm gonna be in a place that I really want to be. I'm seeing your guides give you the go ahead. So whatever this opportunity is, whatever this collaboration is, or these people that you would be working with, this thing that you want. It's about having the strength to and tenacity to really go for something that you want and like forget everything else in this moment. And there may be some resistance that you feel where you're gonna have to defend this. Like maybe it's like somewhat controversial for some reason, or not everybody's gonna understand, you know, other people can be pulling at your energy, but I'm seeing your guides just be like, you want it, go for it, just do it. I'm seeing Leo here, so move in that direction. All right, my friends, we are going to leave the reading here. I would like to thank everybody for connecting. Thank you for tuning in. I'm wishing everybody love and light and healing, and I hope to catch you guys next time.